Okay, so at Gmha, Andy was kind of having a rough weekend. He had a very obnoxious horse on the other side of him um, that was just screaming and rearing and kicking and knocking its water buckets over the entire weekend. So Andy obviously didn't really like that and just was very anxious all weekend. Um, But yeah, so in dressage we got a 36.5, um, which I think was very nice for this test because like it was consistent, but he was very tense, very tight. Um, our warm up, he just did not want to relax. Um, but other than that, I think it was decent. This was our first time out this year, so yeah. Okay, so going into stadium, my plan was to go around the whole ring so he could just see it and he wasn't surprised. And right about there, you can see he screams. He gets like a little tense. So going to the first fence, I really needed to get his attention back more. So we ended up with a stop there. And what you can't see is my running martingale came unattached from my breastplate. So we ended up with a problem there because I did stop and somebody put it back on for me. So I ended up getting like yelled at for that. They were saying that it was something I could fix myself, so they're saying that it was unauthorized assistance. Um, so they were like threatening to eliminate me, but they didn't. But the timer was running that whole time, so I ended up with time faults. And then I did get him over that first fence, so you can see he like climbed it. And then the rest of the course was pretty good.
Come on, baby.
Still a little tense throughout the rest of the course because he was just being a little funky all weekend. And then going into the two stride, he can be very weird about his striding and his footwork if it's not 100% correct. So sometimes he gets a three stride and a two stride. So yeah, I got a little off behind and just let him do what he wanted. But yeah, I ended up with the refusal, and then I had a rail, but they didn't end up counting it. And then I had 8 time faults. Okay, so cross country day, I had him get done by the beamer lady, and she said that he really avoids relaxing. And I was like, mm-hmm. But basically, he did feel better, like jumping wise, but he was still very tense, and I didn't have a good enough canter coming out of the start box, so we had a stupid stop here. I really needed him to pay attention, and I just needed a better canter. But he did go over it the second time, and he was being a little goofy in this field to begin with. Like for the first 3 fences, it really took him a while to like get him into a pace. And once he went over the second and third fence, he was fine. He was a little goofy to the second fence, but I just added my leg and he went over it. And then the rest of the course, he was absolutely perfect. It was a good confidence boosting round. And yeah, we ended up with 12.8 time faults and then the 20 from that stop, and we ended up on an 81.3 to finish 8th.
Yes. Come on now. Nice. Yay. First run out, perfect.